He was a talented guitarist and loved her with all his heart. One stupid argument and everything went to pieces. In an attempt to drown out the pain, he did something that cost him his hand and his entire life.
They say that nervous people have strange habits. Some scratch themselves constantly, some twitch their shoulders, and some blink more often than usual. Everyone has their own way of coping with stress. I had one thing since childhood. I bit my nails, and not just nails. Over the years, I began to bite my fingers themselves. The skin around them, hangnails until they bled. Sometimes it looked creepy, and people looked at me askance, but I didn't care. It calmed me down. When I was nervous, at school before a test, at home after an argument with my parents, or just at night when I couldn't sleep, I automatically pulled my fingers to my mouth. It became a kind of ritual that helped me cope with anxiety, albeit in a strange way. Over time, the habit got stronger. I didn't even notice how I was sitting in the subway, biting my thumb until it was raw, and blood was dripping onto my jacket. Someone once whispered, "Ugh, disgusting," but I didn't pay attention. I had no time for it. My brain at that moment was noisy like a troubled sea, and only pain helped to drown it out. I tried to quit. Band-aids, bitter varnishes, conversations with a psychologist. Nothing helped. It was stronger than me. I gnawed my fingers even when they hurt, even when I couldn't pick up a mug, simply because the pain prevented me from bending my hand. And then there was her, the one for whom I, it seemed, could change everything. We met by chance, as it happens in films that I didn't believe in before. I was playing on the street, just sitting on a bench near the park with a guitar and strumming chords to calm another attack of internal trembling. She came up, smiled, and asked, "Did you write this?" I blushed and lied that I did. Beautiful. She sat down next to me, as if she had known me for 1,000 years. Her name was Jane. She was the light. Not the sun, no. More like the moon. Soft, not blinding, but always there when it was dark. I began to live differently with her. In the morning, I wrote melodies, learned chords. In the evening, she would come, bring coffee, a blanket, sit by the window and listen to me play. I composed especially for her. I remember one song, simple with a touching melody, without words. She listened, closing her eyes, and quietly shook her head to the beat. And then she got up, came up to me and said, "When you play, it seems that the world can be kind." Sometimes she would take my hand, that very left one, and kiss the tips of my fingers. She didn't pay attention to hangnails, to bite marks. She just accepted me completely with my oddities and pain. I began to change for her sake. I tried not to gnaw. I tried to live. I even made an appointment with a doctor. But one argument ruined everything. A dull, insignificant, tortured argument. I don't even remember what it was about. Maybe because deep down I always waited for everything good to go away. And it did. I got drunk that same night, like a beast, howling, punching the walls, throwing the guitar on the floor until I broke it. And then I sat down on the floor and started gnawing. Not my fingers, my hand. Not noticing the pain, not noticing the blood. I bit off a piece of skin from my wrist. It wasn't relief. It was madness. A week later, fever, trembling, pus. I went to the hospital myself, with black fingers. The doctor said, "Infection, rapid infection. It needs to be amputated. The chance to save my hand is gone." When I woke up after the operation, my left hand, the one that held the guitar, was gone. Just gone. Cut off like a frame in a damaged film. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I lay there staring at the ceiling and feeling the emptiness inside me grow even bigger. I don't play anymore, and I don't bite my fingers. I have nothing to do with it. But every time I look at the cult, I remember it, and how easily a person can destroy himself. One night, one mistake. After the surgery, I changed. Not so much physically, but from the inside. As if someone had cut out not just my hand, but my entire former being. I became silent, withdrawn, Not angry, just empty. I stopped answering calls. I didn't read messages. I sat for hours by the window, staring at the gray sky, and felt nothing. No anger, no sadness, even pain. It had disappeared somewhere too. All that was left was a dull apathy, as if the whole world had become a silent film, where there was no sound, no meaning. Jane came, at first every day, with flowers, fruit, books, with questions and attempts to get me to talk. She would put a chair next to the bed, take my remaining hand, the one that I still felt was real, and just be silent. I didn't look at her. I didn't hold her back. I didn't say anything. I didn't know how to explain that everything inside me had died, that the part I played for, felt for, dreamed of, disappeared along with my hand. One day she didn't come, and the next day too. Then I found a note in my nightstand, short as a cliff. I tried. Forgive me. Live. I wasn't angry. I didn't blame her. I would have left myself too if I were in her place. A lot of time has passed. I still don't play. I saw the guitar in a store one day and just walked past. People say that time heals. Maybe it does, but it doesn't return. It doesn't return what you tore out of yourself in one mad evening. Now all I have left is memory, a song I'll never play again, and silence. I've learned to live with her. No better, no worse, just live. Sometimes waking up at night, I think I can feel her kiss again on fingers that are no longer there. But then I remember, all this was, and it passed, and I was left with myself. And this is the most terrible thing.